You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. The popular wedding planning sites Pinterest and The Knot announced they are no longer promoting content for plantation-style weddings. Well, hell, good. Color Change drew attention to the problem and addressed the issue directly with both sites. Joining me now to talk about the success of the campaign. First of all, what is that video right here? Is that
Is that Candace?
Hold up. They actually, a black woman and a white man got married at a plantation wedding?
Plantation.
Oh.
And you rolling that.
Hold up. I thought that was the video from that slave play.
Oh, man. That was Candace.
All right, so we're going to be bringing up the guests in a moment. Jade Magnus Ogunaki, Interim Senior Campaign Director for the Color Change. Let me know when she's with us. First of all, I mean, what do y'all make of these? First of all, what do you make of not just the plantation weddings, but the people with the plantation trips who like, why y'all got to bring up the slavery stuff? Can't we just enjoy the big house and the nice, large trees on the land?
Well, I want to know, do they sing the Negro spirituals?
No. What they want to do is they literally, in terms of these tours, they literally want to remove any like, can I just come and visit and you not bring up the slavery stuff?
The slave stuff.
Which is literally the history. No, I think that, obviously with us going into 2020, this should have been eradicated a really long time ago. From the idea that you can actually have a slave tour and not talk about the tortures of slavery is completely ridiculous to me. With the plantation weddings, I don't think that people realize that this is a very high dollar wedding venue. People have been doing this for decades, and they're not cost effective for most people, but they consider it to be something extremely glamorous, something extremely part of the American tradition. They don't even think about the fact that these were places that housed slaves and abused people for hundreds of years at all. And they're using this as something that is extremely romanticized and something that should be in memoriam. And I'm like, there was nothing loving, caring, family-oriented about plantations at all.
Yeah, but they're not there for the history of slavery. They're there to celebrate love. And love is in that plantation home now, not hate. No slaves are there. The music is there, costs a lot of money. There are a lot of black people working.
Out of you in that tone of your voice.
What's the problem with that? I mean, why does everything have to be black rolling with you? I mean, race is important, but not in every instance. People are celebrating love. What's wrong with that?
Monique, you want to make small work out of this?
I don't remember my birth and no baby.
Okay. Monique, you can make small. You can handle this small work. You can handle this light work on my behalf.
Apparently, you are accurate. Scott has had the CBD product.
Yeah, apparently.
Is he high as hell right now?
It is working.
It's just love each other. Love is in that plantation.
On the same land that auctioned off babies that were separated from their mothers at birth.
I only had a question because I loved that video with the black woman and the white man getting married at the plantation, because to me that honors the change and the growth of this and the progress of this country. It does not. That was a land that once was desecrated, that now something is happening that is the opposite of the manner in which that girl's great-great-grandmother was on that land being raped by a white man. They do now come together in love, as Scott says, and celebrate. Now, is that the place to do it? No, I guess I see why the Knot probably had to yield to all of the more militant than I who would have a problem with it. But I like taking places that were once places that were a source of pain and abuse and put something holy on it.
I think that's 2 votes. I think she's backing me.
Yeah. I'm not up in arms. Now,
Chris.
I don't like the tours with no slavery, but where these weddings are concerned, in that instance that we saw, no, I don't necessarily have
I want to take the sister up.
What should we do with the land? Burn it? I mean, I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know that we should burn the land. However, I don't know what all that's about. I mean,
I hear what you're saying.
It's just beautiful land with a nice house.
It's beautiful
That's
land
all it is.
with a nice house.
With the blood of slaves
Yeah,
and the soil.
Well, which slave quarters? Are they
Every
in the
place
back?
in this country.
The
five
slave
places
quarters in the back of the house, so you don't see that.
No,
That's our original sin. You can't go to New York and
I'm not
escape
trying to get
slavery.
married on it.
Yeah,
But we are
Loving
in the
versus
Baptist
Virginia.
churches that have the history everywhere. You know, I mean, places that churches that were burned and rebuilt. I mean, our history is not just on that plantation.
Let me know when y'all done.
Okay, so I celebrate.
I get why they
post-Slavery
didn't want to do
Virginia.
that. Why I get the movement. I don't have any problem with the movement in all reality. But I think Monique is right about that. Those photos that you ran on your show show significant progress.
Yeah,
But whenever I'm driving through the South, when I used to come from Illinois to Morehouse College, I'd see these plantations, and I used to think, how many dead people are buried underneath this plantation? And that is offensive. I get it. I get both sides. And if they don't want to promote that anymore, then they shouldn't have to promote it.
CBD
Let
oil.
me tell y'all something right now. Tell y'all something right now.
Oh, here we go.
If your ass invite me to a plantation wedding, I'ma show up, and it's gonna be straight up Mandingo up in there. I'ma show
You're going
up.
to disrupt a wedding
Hell
over
yes.
that.
Look,
Make a
look.
political
So
statement.
don't even look. Don't invite me no plantation wedding. I ain't trying to take no tour of a plantation unless we gonna have all of the history. And the fact, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start volunteering to go on plantation tours. And then at that very moment where the tour guide talks about these beautiful quarters, I'm gonna say, "Where Kizzy? Where Chicken Joy?" I'm gonna just yell it
They're
out.
not here. Could you step away,
I'm
sir?
gonna just yell it out.
Could you step away? Sir,
I'm
they're not
just yell
here.
it out. I'm just letting y'all know right now.
So what about?
I'm just letting y'all. No.
What about Tyler Perry Studios then?
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh,
And
what about that?
No, here's the piece. And on that land, okay, it is a part of the narrative of what that land used to be.
Yes.
Well, what's
And
the
yes, no. My point is the difference there is a black man buys land that was a Confederate base. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to go. The issue that I have is when folks want to revere these places and completely remove any of the history. That's the problem.
Right,
Look, there was I played golf in Virginia. And first of all, you guys did. Ben, those of y'all who ain't from, who don't live in this area, it's amazing. Folk really need to understand damn near all of this was slave territory.
Yes.
And so I'm sitting here playing at one of the golf courses. I forgot, Algonquin or something like that. And straight up, you sitting here and it's a sign, this used to be slave. So there's a golf course. That was a massive plantation. I don't have a problem if that golf course was built and no sign was there. And so the issue I have with these folks who are doing these tours and these weddings is when they want to remove the history. So for instance, if you go to Georgia, and this is where I got a problem with them white Southern Dixiecrats, but Republicans have gone. It's now switched. Now it's Republicans who are defending this. And Jesse Jackson Jr. wrote this in his book. There's a monument to POWs in Georgia that used to be, it was actually during the Civil War, where Union troops were taken, tortured, and murdered. But they rewrote that history. And so like, oh, this is a monument for all POWs. No, but that's not what the land was. And it was a way for them to rewrite the history. And that's the issue I have in this country, how we like to rewrite and redefine the history. No, I need to know what it is. Yeah. And that's the issue for me, and why I got a problem. Got a problem with that. That's just me.
All right. Sounds like you're angry, though. I mean, what are you so angry about? I mean, it's a plantation. You play golf on it. Let's just forget about all that past stuff, man. Let's keep it moving forward.
What was that?
You're just angry. You're always angry on your show.
He even got the black conservative like, why you sitting me next to his ass?
I'm like, can I switch seats?
All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, as the marijuana momentum continues, our folks at marijuanastock.org have already reached more than half of their funding goal for the hemp CBD investment. So if you want to take advantage, you better get in now. Of course, hemp is a cousin to marijuana with a much higher concentration of CBD, which means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana, but it won't get you high. Scott is sad. Now, folks, if you don't know, hemp farming is now legal in the U.S., creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. It's an investment opportunity for you, and the full folks at 420 Real Estate have a simple business model. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants, people like Chris. They are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Now, all you got to do is invest as little as $200. Monique, you got that. In the crowdfunding campaign, up to $10,000. Amisha, some of that Sinclair money. To invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org. Get in the game and get in the game now. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.